Hello everyone, welcome back to Mars Horizon. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It is now August 1964, and if you're coming in maybe a little bit later, maybe it's been a little bit, let me give you a quick recap. So, we're on our way to Mars. I'm mostly giving myself a recap here too, because, you know, we play different games here. Sometimes I put a session into something else. So, Mars flyby, we're hopefully going to be first on this. We're going to have to cross our fingers that the Soviet Union fails. Otherwise, they're going to beat us to the Mars flyby, unfortunately, by 1 month. They also beat us to the lunar orbit. I think that was by 1 month as well. Yeah, November and December. Oh, wait. No, that looks like they beat us by a year. Yeah, they appear to have beaten us by a year, so never mind. That was not a near miss. Now we also have the Soviet Union going for Venus as well, and we have not done anything with that. I think I'd like to at least start the planning stages of doing that in this video, because there's a lot of science that can be had there, and well, that can be very helpful for missions in the future. And then, of course, Mercury is here as well. Nobody's going for that yet, so we may look at that as an opportunity as well. But let's take a look at Earth, right? We have three, I think we have 3 missions that we're currently doing. Hang on. Yeah. So the Mars flyby, we know about that. We're also looking at multi-crew orbit. And we have 4 months left until our vessel is completed. 4 months is great. Unfortunately, it's just a hair too slow. Once again, we're getting beaten just a little bit. This time by the ESA, actually. They're gonna be there in 4 months. It's gonna take us 4 months just for our vehicle to be done. So we'll have to launch in 5. Thankfully, that's at least second place, but maybe they'll fail too. Oh no. But then we have the orbital EVA. And we're actually ready to do this. We're all set. We have all the parts. We have everything we need. We just need to go into EVA with this, and that's a pretty big deal. We just need a mission slot to be able to assign it. And the mission slots we have, well, there's a lot of this stuff. Now, I could give up one of these and go on, you know, a bigger mission anyway. Go on that orbital EVA because it's worth a lot of science, and I'm kind of tempted to do that actually. Maybe we give up the life support. Oh wait, no, not this one. Earth's oceans. Yes, maybe we give up on Earth's oceans. We've already paid for the payload though. And Earth's oceans, if I remember correctly, is actually worth a lot too. We're doing a lot with science, and that's a good thing. All right, we're not getting a whole lot of money for it, but the science is so important because it's the only way we're gonna beat these guys. We gotta get all this stuff. This is the only reason we're ever slowed down, really, I mean, there's sometimes we're slowed down with money, but this is kind of the only time we're ever slowed down is with science. So here's my game plan here. I have to select something to research. I'm gonna go after, initially, the 2x SRBs. Now, I like this for 2 reasons. The first reason is that they're awesome. You can attach them to things like the Delta, for example, and all of a sudden the Delta is capable of doing things that it couldn't do before. For example, if the mission has a requirement of 7,000 kilograms, well, this one only has capacity of 6,600. So now you have to use the much more expensive Atlas for that. And it has lower reliability, and it usually takes, you know, a lot more money to build it. However, with the SRBs, I could get the same launch reliability that I get out of the Delta, and I'm actually able to do it now because this is going to add more capacity to the craft, right? It does add for the cost as well, and it's almost proportionate cost. Like it's a little bit more, but you get the more reliability out of it. The second reason, though, is that when we go to the moon, we're going to need the Saturn, okay? Saturn V and the components that go within. We're going to need that. And in order to get these and to be able to do anything with these, I got to have at least 4 of the stuff above it unlocked. And the SRBs are part of that. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. The next thing I want to do, though, is I'm going to try a Venus impactor. I realize we're not going to be first, but going and doing this is worth a lot of science. And it will be a good learning exercise, too, because Venus is one of the first times we're going to experience a different mechanic that's in the game, which you'll see later on, that has to do with heat and controlling heat. And Venus is very hot, of course. So we're going to be able to get that. So that's the recap. I can't do the Earth oceans because I don't have the money. I need to wait 1 more month to get the money. So why don't we go ahead and do that? All right, so now we have the money, 608. I think we can do the Earth Oceans mission now. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty good. I would like to We could actually experiment with this a little bit. Now, why don't I use the Delta for this? Was there a reason I didn't choose the Delta before? I actually don't know why I didn't choose the Delta before. This seems like a much smarter choice, doesn't it? 5 months build time, but it's cheaper and more reliable. So why wouldn't I choose that? I don't know. Build it. Okay. So the next thing is our salamander is going to be complete in 3 months. So there's the SRBs. Let's go ahead and start research on the Venus impactor. We're actually able to do this now if we want to. So once we get one of these missions done, we're going to look into getting that orbit done too. Just want to make sure that nobody's getting ahead of us here. It does look like the ESA has completed the research to do this. They're able to do this. They just haven't started it yet, but they're the people who we have to compete with for this. And it looks to me like, yeah. So we're going to do the multi-crew orbit, and I think immediately we need to go into orbital EVA because ESA is most likely going to do that too. All right, let's go to the next mission, Salamander. So this is our multi-crew orbit vehicle. We call it the Salamander. Assigning astronaut Jane Donato will increase the payload mission training bonus by 100%. Very important. She's got like famous at this point, right? So we're gonna get her in there. So let's just take Takeda, Donato, and yeah, we'll just take all the 3 ones that we have now. I don't think there's any reason to hire another one. I would like to maybe see about getting another scientist, but we don't have one available, so it is what it is. We'll go ahead and confirm this, and because she's on the mission, our payload reliability training bonus is plus 100%. So very high chance of success on this. And it looks to me like, again, ESA is launching today. It does not say they've completed it, but I have a feeling they will. So we're going to be second on this too. I do not want to launch in suboptimal conditions. So as much as I like this bonus, I don't want to have to be a tie with Japan. So we're gonna go for this one. If it's bad conditions, we could then bop to this one. And if it's still bad conditions, we're gonna launch anyway, unless we want to risk it for biscuit. I'm not sure we want to risk it in March, but we'll see what we can do. Let's select January, mostly because I want to get this out of our queue so we can start the other one. So let's go. Okay. So they're launching it next month already. We already know that they're going to do this, and most likely they're going to succeed. So let's... funding review is in a month too. Ooh. I don't think we're going to get anything there. All right, let's go. Astronaut praises NASA. While speaking to the press about being assigned to an upcoming mission, Jane Donato has praised your agency for its support after certain media outlets accused them of spying. NASA had my back throughout, the astronaut explained. They put me ahead of my publicity of any publicity concerns and let me get on with my job, the best job in the world. You could even say it's out of this world. Gained 300 support. Which is good. It's not enough to put us over the... Ooh. That's interesting. That's an interesting development. Okay. I'm a little confused on that. Again, I am back and forth. I'm playing different games, so sometimes I'm missing details that you guys don't miss because you're just watching one video after the other, and I love your faces for it. Thank you. But just try to remember, sometimes I play something, and then the next video has been like 48 hours, 72 hours since I played last. Sometimes you don't remember every tiny little detail. So, Mars flyby, ready for launch. Seems good. But we're going to go to the next notification first because this is the multi-crew orbit, and it does appear as though they were successful, so we're going to be competing for second today. And we do have hopefully optimal conditions. Looks good so far. Everything seems fine. I'm just going to skip ahead a little bit. Perfect. So this is 3 astronauts. It's very important that the launch reliability is good because you don't want them blowing up on the launch pad. If you're going to mess up their lives, you at least want to have some sort of say in it when they're happening up there, right? Okay, so there's 4% chance that they blow up on the launch pad. 11% chance of a negative event, but otherwise we should have a good launch today. Let's go.
Prime
And now we're gonna get nervous. Time to get nervous.
We have liftoff.
Nerves of steel, I say. You gotta believe. You just gotta believe. Nice little pink plume back there. I love it. Okay, very good. Oh, we get +1 nav module on our first task in the mission. Very cool. All right. That's amazing. Gotta love that. Multi-crew orbit is up. Seems very good. And we need to achieve Earth orbit, of course. So we need 6 comms, 5 data, 9 nav. But of course, if we can get even more than that, we would love to. Since we have 3 crew on this, we get to use the crew 3 times. Isn't that nice? Now we can do 2 crew actions to get 4 of these bad boys, which seems kind of cool. I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend one of them here. And I'm going to spend the other 2 here. And then I'm going to use the final crew member as some power to get that. So that's a lot for the first turn. He had something break. And I'm going to go ahead and resist it. Wow. Wow, game. Wow, game. I thought it was stalled again. I was like, no. Like, it didn't move, and I was getting nervous. I would like to have some power left over by the end of this turn, thanks. Okay. So, right away, you can see the objective is probably going to be met here. We actually have 4 turns remaining, 4 commands per turn. We obviously want to build this up, so I wanted to hit navigation really hard that time. We're going to go ahead and use, I think, 2 crew actions again here to get this, and then I'm going to hit this again. And then I want to start transitioning some of the things we're getting to getting these back. This is a really good deal, okay? We spent 3 to get 3 and 2, but then we only need to spend 1 of each to get 4 back. So that's pretty monstrous. In fact, we can probably do that again. I think we will. Let's hope we don't have to use the power. Oh, that's great. Extra one. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to click the mouse a little bit, kind of skip ahead. The animations do take up a considerable amount of time sometimes, so I'm just going to, if you notice that they're going really fast, that's just me kind of skipping ahead in the animations for these. Okay, so now we're looking at 11. We got that. We have 9. We need to get even more. I think we do the same thing here. I'm going to... I need to recharge, actually. We get 1 recharge, and let's hit this really hard. Let's hit it hard again. Recharge again, and we get 3 turns left after this. I think we're okay. Let's just get the recharge, so hopefully it doesn't make us spend the power again. I'm really like... The reliability is supposed to be higher than this, you know? I'm actually going to accept that because I don't want to spend the power. All right. Now, we need to get 6 of these data modules in 2 more turns. I could have done that with power, but instead I have to do it with these. So 1, 2. Then we're going to get 4 of these with you, and then follow that up by going like this. So this gives us 15, 15, and 9 with 1 power remaining. Is there anything I can do instead of... no. I think we're okay. I thought maybe I was spending power there when I shouldn't, but we're fine. Let's go like this. Almost. No failures. Just had to say it. I think I'm not going to spend the power. So we're going to... Command will cost me an additional nav module. That's the one I need, though. I'm going to have to resist it. God damn. That's one I need for the next round. All right, this is the last turn. So, I want to hit the crew here. See how we have 2 over? All right. I can hit this, actually. Yeah, that'll work, and then hit this. That is perfect, except for the fact that we can't stop anything. So I'm going to need to get power here. And if anything will cost us a comms module, I have to resist it. If it costs anything else, we're fine. But if it costs comms, I got to resist it. All right, here we go. That's perfect. Extra data isn't really useful, but all right. All right, hopefully it doesn't cost us an extra comms. It will cost us an extra comms. Of course it will. Okay, I have to resist it. That's the last thing I can resist. It's all up to RNG now. Roll the dice, baby. There it is. Good. All right, we're going to get the bonus. That's a lot of science. So now we have to perform re-entry. And this is Venus actually isn't the first instance. It'll be this one instead. So we're going to perform a controlled re-entry, and you'll notice there's a heat symbol here. So let's take a look at how that works. This is it gets more interesting when you have to deal with heat. Perform a controlled re-entry. All right. So obviously re-entry gets hot, and when we complete this task, we need to make sure that the heat doesn't exceed the maximum at the end of a turn. Okay, in this case, we're looking at, looks like 4. Let me just explain. I think it's 4. Yeah, 4. So we want to keep the heat below 4, all right? If the heat is 4 or higher at the end of a turn, we get a critical failure. We lose the craft and all the crew, okay? So things are going to be bad. So whatever happens when this line is checked, we want the heat here to be less than 4. Then after this, the game is going to add between 1 and 3 heat, okay? Kind of depends on whatever it is. So it's going to add it after the check. So as long as we keep it at 3 or less at this line, we're good, okay? So right now it's 3. We don't have to worry about it. However, if it adds 3, then we'll be at 6. It might be difficult to get it under 4 while also still completing the objective. Remember, we still have to do the objective. So I'm going to use 2 crew to give me 4 of these comms. I'm going to use the other crew member to use 2 of those comms and reduce heat to get 5 of the data modules. Then we're going to spend 2 of those data modules to reduce the heat even further. And then the final bit, we're going to get 20 and 19. These are a lot. The final bit, I'm going to use power and one of our comms to get more nav. All right, let's rock. And again, I'm going to speed up the pace a little bit here, at least until it gets to the part about heat, and then you can just see how that works really quick. So far, we're doing pretty well on the dice rolls here. Excellent. Okay, now it's going to check for heat. It's going to say, is the heat under 4? And if it is, good. We get to move on to the next turn. Now add heat between 1 and 3. Thankfully, it only added 1. We got lucky there. Now that means we don't really need to worry about heat this round, so we might be it might be able to optimize our choices better to get the bonus reward if we want to. We don't have to worry about the ones with heat this time. So I'm gonna say the 19 is a lot though. I almost feel like I have to hit this one to get to that, and maybe even twice. And then I need more comms, so we're going to spend that and I think the 2 crew members to get that. And again, we don't have to address the heat problem this time. We can leave it at 2 if we want to, and we're going to. Okay, so we should have a good jump to get to the objective this time. I don't know if it'll be enough to get it, but like this seems actually pretty difficult, getting 20 and 19. But we'll see. So the heat is under 4. It's going to let us pass, and then add between 1 and 3 heat. Okay, so it added another 2 heat. Now it's critical. It's 4. All right, so if you don't think you can reach the bonus objective or want to finish the task early, you can always do so via the complete task button, right? So here's how this also works. Right now, we have the objective, all right? If I end the task right now, it doesn't count the heat. It doesn't matter, right? So it won't matter that we're at 4. We'll complete the task, okay? In order to progress to the next turn, you have to be under 4. This also means that on the final turn, it won't check heat. So you're looking for just the objective, okay? So, 2 crew members to get this. I also have to reduce the heat at least by 1. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one because I have 2 of these. And I can reduce heat. It gives me 2 of the other ones. And then I think I'm going to use you to get the nav to 19. And then this is a lot of power. I don't want to use the power, but I think I have to. Or maybe I can just spend a turn recharging. I'm going to recharge, actually. Yeah, let's recharge, actually. Okay. So the heat is at 3. That's actually a big deal, though, because I don't want to have to spend... I don't want to have to spend my time reducing heat next time. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do this one instead. It's going to spend a little bit of the comms, but it is going to bring the heat down again. Because if this thing procs 3, then it'll be 6. And I'll have to start, like, I'll be forced to do certain things that I may not want to do to complete the objective. So let's just give myself a little bit more cushion on the heat. There we go. And again, I'm just kind of skipping ahead. You can do this in your own game too, just by clicking in this interface. You can make it go faster. And really anywhere on the screen you can click it, make it go faster. Okay, so it's back up to 4. So all we need to do is control the heat this turn, and that's it. And that just means I have to hit it once. Thankfully, I was going to do this one anyway. So that's going to knock the heat down to 3 anyway. So we're at 21 here. I want to use, I think, this one, and then this one again. And that's technically the bonus objective. We're good to go here. So what I could do, I have actually 2 spare, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to hit this. And that is going to pretty much lock in this. We have 2 power left over, and the heat is below 3, so we're good. Let's confirm. So we get all the objectives. Okay, well, I do have to resist, but that's fine. So now we're coming down safe and sound. Multiple crew members, feels pretty good. Now we need to get the EVA going, though, man. I don't remember how, actually don't remember what the EVA looks like if you actually see astronauts outside. This is the final version of the game, so it's a good chance that there's things that are just different from the beta that we had before. The heat gauge over there even looked different than before, so they clearly changed the visuals that way. Maybe they took care of the visuals the other way too. All right, so just letting everything collect itself here. Everything and the crew status, they all need 6 months to recuperate, which means they will not be able to send them on our EVA mission right away. But it's 6 months to recuperate. So if we start, 12 months, they're hitting it right away. See? We should do the same. So we can get a bonus crew member in here for 621. Ouch. I think I want to do that, though. I think I would rather send 3 people. So yeah, I'm going to pay extra for the payload. And it's going to take how long to build? 4 months. Ooh, this is going to be so close. Is there any way to reduce that build time? No. Okay, I'm sending 3 people. Yes. Go. Okay, we want to be first, right? If you want to be first, you got to pay the price. All right, so Senatunga is done, so we'll have that mission also to help us fund. And then our Mars flyby is ready to launch, looks like. So we're launch the mission in 0 months. Potentially complete it in 2nd blaze. Soviet Union has already launched the mission, right? So optimal and suboptimal launch windows are reversed for this. And you can see that we're unfortunately getting some bad conditions, but I don't think it's that bad. You know, we still have 72%. I think we should launch it anyway. The one thing I wish the game would fix, I say fix because I think it's wrong, but this is just a design decision from them. So, like, this is just an objective opinion from me. I think if you hit the reschedule launch button, you should be able to return to this. This should be a way to see what the schedule looks like, not an immediate dismissal of the launch. But if I click this button just to investigate the calendar, it scraps this launch and it postpones the launch. I have to wait. And I don't want to do that. So I'm going to take the 72% that we have. It's only 7% that it blows up, and I'm going to go.
5, 4,
We're going to launch this in the rain. Good luck.
2, 1.
We're definitely nervous when I launch in the rain. Definitely nervous. Because then if the launch fails, and it's really expensive, right? So when the launch fails, you think to yourself, oh my God, that's my fault, right? And you really don't want it to be, oh my God, it was tipping like that, but still going up. Oh, I thought it was screwed. I was like, it's angling, but I don't see it really. Uh-oh. Good. All right, so we got it to space. That's all we needed to do. Get to space. Mars flyby. Here we go. We need to collect the 5 navigation module, and we also need to collect thrust. So let's go. 50 bonus reward is 10 and 10. Now, thrust is a new thing you guys haven't seen yet, so let's talk about it. Thrust is a special resource often required when the payload is undertaking a change of orbit or course correction. Thrust can be generated via commands like any other resource, but will often decrease at the start of the next turn. Make sure to plan ahead so you can generate enough thrust to finish the task. So what's going to happen here, much like heat, we're going to do our tasks, and then it will check, are you completed? If not, reduce 1 thrust, go to the next turn. So we want to complete the objective, of course, and if we are at the end of this, then great. But if we're not completed, it's going to remove 1 thrust, which means, you know, like we need to gather more. Now, there's only one action on this entire thing that adds thrust, and that's a controlled burn. So in order to get 10 in 4 turns, we're going to have to hit this at least 4 times. Unless, here's a pro tip. Unless you don't hit it on the first turn. Okay? If you don't hit this on the first turn, then it's going to try to take 1 away when you have 0. You don't lose anything. So your first turn is the most optimal turn for you to get as much progress done on this as you can without worrying about thrust, because every turn after that, you're going to need to worry about it since you have to hit this 3 times. Now, another way to look at this is you could, if you wanted to, hit this twice in a turn later on if you want to too. Just make sure you're not going to run out of these, all right? In this case, the controlled burn does not take a resource that is required for the objective. So as long as you have enough here, you can spend them. But sometimes this will take a resource that you need for the objective. So you don't want to drain yourself of that just for the sake of thrust. All right, so there's your pro tip. If you want to hit this less, because you need 10. Obviously, if you want to do 5, you're fine. But if you want to get the bonus objective here, it takes 10. If you hit this 3 times, that's going to give you 12 thrusts, but every turn it's taking 1 away, which means that at the last turn, you're going to have 9. And then you're going to have to hit this for 4, just because you only needed 1 more. Instead of doing that, let it ping at 0. That's my advice. Okay, so we want to get 10. How do we do that? Well, I'm going to go and get, I think I'm going to go and get this. And then spend that here. And then I'm tempted to use more power, but I can't really get a whole lot of progress on this. Not without these. Actually, wait, I can do this. Yeah, this one's way better. There we go. And you know what? I might actually go ahead and use the power here. That's pretty risky because I can't really react, but we'll see. We got really good reliability, so hopefully I don't have to react. It really likes to hover around that the teens and 20s, doesn't it? Hey, get up there. There you go. Get up there. All right, it can't take thrust away. There's no thrust. So now we're gonna need to consider this, okay? Now we're gonna have to. So I want to, I think I have to spend one of these to get two of these, then get two of these, then hit this for the thrust. I think that's what I'm gonna do this time. So let's just... Wow, that thing didn't even move the bar. I guess it did. I just didn't see it because I was clicking too fast. Don't. Come on. Quit hanging around the 20s. Leave me alone. Come on. Be nice. Okay. Same thing. I don't have any power here, which is a real drag. I can go here, follow that up with this, follow that up with this. And this doesn't give me the bonus objective, but it does satisfy this requirement, and I still don't have power, so this is gonna suck. But if we're successful in moving to the next turn, we'll have it. Because this will add 4 thrust. It will have 6 at the time. That'll give us 10. Okay? So hopefully, again, I don't have to fight it, because I don't have any power. We're kind of power starved right now. Beautiful. Oh, the extra. No happy days. Gave me the extra. Okay, take it away. Good. Now we only have to hit it 3 times, right? Total. All right, so all I need is to get the thrust. That means all I need is to get 2 of these. I can actually spend my extra to do that. So go like this, then like this, and then a power module so that we can fight it if it fights us. So we're good. This is what I like to call a guaranteed victory, because we have power to fight it. And that is going to take care of it. Our fuel requirements are here. And we get it. There we go. Awesome. So this is the first stage of our mission, right? It's the first phase of our mission. That's the Mars transfer trajectory. But we still have another phase. Once we get to Mars, we got to do some stuff at Mars too. So that's going to take a little bit. Our craft is going to have to travel around. Right, so it's going to take a little bit to get there. In this case, it's going to take 8 months to get over to Mars, so we can do this, okay? Now, while that's going on, it's still occupying a mission slot. We can't replace it just because the craft is gone. I wish you could, but I suppose. I get it. It's fine. So, Citanuga is complete, it says. I believe that's this one. Oh, it says it completes in a month. Okay. So we're going to do the Earth Oceans. That's going to give us a ton of science as well. And hopefully get us closer to our Venus impactor mission. How much? I keep moving that so fast. I'm sorry. We're going to cross our fingers and hope the Soviet Union fails. Because they're doing a lot of stuff at once. I don't like it. All right. So I hope they fail. Venus impactor research is now complete. Despite being our closest planetary neighbor, Venus's dense clouds have kept its features a mystery. Developing a probe able to withstand its formidable atmosphere would be a technical feat and grant humanity a first glimpse of the elusive surface. A technical feat. Earth Oceans. Optimal and suboptimal launch windows are reversed. That's not usually a big deal because I have no idea what's optimal and suboptimal anyway until I get here. Okay, so training. We're really good on the launch. We're actually pretty decent on payload, so I'm going to hit science really hard here. And you know what? If Russia fails, it doesn't matter when we launch, right? So I'm going to go here. If they don't fail... Oh, this is Earth's Oceans anyway. Never mind. Wrong mission. Here you go. I was going to say, if Russia fails... I can't tell... They're here. They are here, but they still might botch it. And I know I go really fast with this. I have this tendency to, when I move the mouse, I hold down the left click, and you can actually just scrub it. But it goes really fast. So using A and D is more smooth. So I probably should try my best to remember to do that. When I'm playing this game naturally, I don't know. For some reason, I just use the mouse like that. Okay, so we can get a lot of money for this, which we kind of need. We also need a lot of science too. We have no research set now. And I think we go for Mariner. We go towards Mars orbit and go to Mariner. Mercury orbit would be easier to get. Or we proceed towards our vehicles, which have a decreased cost for 25, for 5 more months. We have a decreased cost on this stuff. We should take advantage of that, I think, actually. I didn't know that was a thing until just now. So why don't we get Agena? We'll get that. That usually goes with Atlas, doesn't it? My history serves me correct. Oh, speaking of which, history. Good call. I had this idea for, it's really kind of a weird idea for a video, but I think it might be kind of cool. I wanted to know your feedback on it. If this is something that you would watch, or I guess rather listen to, let me know in the comments if this is something that's your flavor. I was going to take the Spacepedia. This is like the encyclopedia for the game, right? Exploration of knowledge. But it's also, as you play the game, you unlock more articles in this, right? So we have agency, for example. You get NASA, and it's got everything about NASA. Not everything, but like a little snippet about NASA, right? What NASA's about, right? Who they are. The ESA, same thing, right? It's got all these articles in there too. Dawn of space flight. I was thinking it would be a very long video, but what about if I was to go and read all of these, like story time, like a podcast? It wouldn't really be a whole lot going on in the video per se. I'd probably just put out a quick 1080p video that just showed what I'm looking at while I read. But it might be something you could listen to in your car or on your phone or whatever while you're off doing other things. And you might learn some things. It might be kind of cool, almost like an audiobook. If that sounds like something you might be interested in, let me know, because I was thinking about doing that when my voice returns to full strength. And then, of course, that will kill it. But I was just thinking about releasing that because it'd be a cool read for me, and it might be something that people might like listening to. So anyway, that was just an idea I had. Let's go to the next month. It says, rival agency offers help following their successful Venus impactor mission. Rival agency, Soviet Union, have publicly offered to share their payload technology with your agency to give our friends the help they need in the space race. Oh, God. Pompous. The nerve of these guys. Your advisors believe your agency will gain science if you choose to accept the offer, yet also warn you that you may lose face with the public in doing so. We don't need their stinking help. We don't need their stinking help. Your agency has publicly rejected the offer. We thank the Soviet Union for their graceful offer, yet feel the greater sophistication of our technology means that we would learn very little from the exchange. The media have reveled in your agency's response. Plus 300 support. I love it. Oh, I love it. Okay, one more. Which one's the cheapest? Because I'm not probably going to use any of them. Centaur's 375. That's the winner right there. All right. This will, of course, get us to be able to use the Saturn later. It's just progress towards the Saturn. And while we have a discount, I think we should probably hit these just because. So let's get the Saturn 5. Because, again, discount. And we'll get that in one turn, actually, because we have tons of science banked up here. And the launch for Earth Oceans is right now. Saturn V research is done. Excellent. So let's take a look at the payload for the orbital EVA. Never mind, we're not going to that mission yet. Supplementary time is increased, but the cost went down. At least there's that. I just hate the time is the critical part, because, like, I want to beat ESA. And now you're going to make it take more time to build. It sucks. Anyway, Earth's Oceans, 84% launch reliability. Let's put our fingers together and cross our toes. It's a great day. 86%. Only 4% chance that we see a fireball today, so let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is a pretty expensive rocket, so if you could kindly go up and do your job and get me the science, I'd appreciate it.
We have liftoff.
4% chance to see a fireball. People who have played this game before, you know, 4%. Might as well be 40. Yeah, see, 40. All right, so, yep, we'll go up to the next stage of the mission here. The Earth's oceans. We just want to pick this thing up and get a good look at things, huh? Achieve Earth orbit with comms and data and nav. 4 power. 3 actions per turn, 4 turns remaining. So let's take a look here. We want 12 comms in the end. All right. All right, we're going to go this. Like this and like this to start things off. And good reliability. I like it. Didn't have to use any power. Makes me feel good. Well, yes, I did. I'm an idiot. My first action was to get some of these. Then after that, I didn't have to use power. Okay, so I think we're going to get this, then get this. And then I think we might hit this again. Yes. Really boost that up to 9 now. Barely, but we got it. Can you quit hanging out over here? God, I feel like there's such a bias to that, you know? Like, I don't think this is real. Did you guys rig it? Is this system rigged? I demand to know the truth. No more fake news. Okay, we're gonna hit these 2. That gets me to comms, and then spend the comms down here to trade it for those, and then I think I am gonna boost this. Yes, boost that with power, because I want to spend 1 next turn to get 2 more, and that is gonna do it for me. Oh yeah, that's good. We needed that. Maybe it's not rigged after all. I knew it. You just had to open your freaking mouth, didn't you? Oh, it's gonna cost me. It's gonna cost me the one thing I need. Can't you cost me something else? Anyway, we can spend this to get 2 of those, and then we can always recharge and just spend it there. But then we can't. Oh, you know what? I can spend this. There we go. And then spend this again. There, nice. Now we can't resist anything though. That's the unfortunate bit. So why don't we move back and recharge instead, so we at least have a conditional, you know, resist, whatever it's called. Yeah. I guess we want to at least be able to resist it. That's huge. Still need 1 more though to get the objective. And now I think we're 1 more. Yep. Now we're good. We're good. It doesn't even have to try the next one. We're just good now. I like it. Earth's orbit's going to give us a bunch of science, right? We're going to get 536 for 6 months. That's a lot. All right. No research picked. Still have 2 more months on discounts here. We're going to use them. Let's get the upper stage there. And yep, we want to go. Actually, we want to go do a mission slot, don't we? Why don't we see what the moon's got? That's a lot of money. We could use money like that. We really could. It's going to cost us to do these missions. Is there anything else? What about Mercury? We can't do that until we have Mariner 8. We're already... Venus Impactor. You know what? Let's do that. Venus Impactor. We have 680. That's going to cost us a lot, though. Ooh. Prototype reduces the build cost. Reduces launch or payload reliability, though. But, God, reducing that cost seems good, though. Better observation, better comms. Let's just hit the standard for this. 414 for Venus Impactor. Go ahead. And then we also have the orbital EV. Oh, no. Oh, no. I used up too much money, you guys. I can't even do this anyway. It's too much cash. I wouldn't have been able to do it anyway. Like, I didn't have enough cash anyway. This is more expensive. Yeah, this is the part where having the delta is a really cool thing. Because, you see? Right here. Oh, it's just not enough, though, is it? If I add 4 times boosters, it would be enough. It would be. But I have to research that, which, thankfully, I can research that because we have 1 more month on this discount. And I can just go with this instead. 4 times SRBs here. Need to go another month there, unfortunately, though. I spent too much. Oh, what a dupe. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just go to the next month. We're going to get those boosters. We need the money anyway, so, like, I can't really do that mission without the cash. We have 1 more month of discounts on these parts, and I think I should use it now. So why don't we get... we have the Saturn V. We have the boosters. We don't have the upper stage. Which one's better? I think the Saturn... This one's cheaper, but more reliability. Cheaper, more reliability. Cheaper, more reliability. Also costs more. Cheaper, more reliable. And you know what? Saturn V's got 75. I think we're going to be fine. I should go with the cheaper one. Saturn 2. God, it's so hard to shoot. Fine, I'll go for this one. Like, we're going to put people in here. We really need that mission to go well. I'm going to spend more money. All right? For the better thing, okay? I'm not going to go cheap every time. All right, fine. People who, I don't know who. All right, I'm gonna call that good. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to see your bright shining faces in the comments and your feedback on whether I should be, I don't know, doing a Mars Horizon Spacepedia podcast video. Take care. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.